Hey guys, so these are all of my palettes. I figured I'd go through, give them a 1 to 10 rating, and go from there. So this is the Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette. This one's really pretty and colorful. So I'm gonna do a few swatches of this one. These are really smooth, like soft. Like they're a little powdery, but I see a little powder that comes up when you swatch it. But it's so like just creamy and buttery that I don't mind it at all. Let's see if we can get this orange in there. And we're gonna use our lovely hand model here. Ooh. Ooh, I like that orange glitter. So those are really pretty. And they swatch great. And if you wanted to, you could add some white to lighten them up or blend them out so that they're not so harsh. Let's see. Oops, totally messed it up. But I don't know. I like these ones. So I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. This one is the Ciate London Royal Edition. This one is also really pretty. Totally different color story. I am noticing though, there's some peaches in here and some other colors that I do kind of have elsewhere. Let me do a couple of swatches though. I really like this green. I've been wanting to do a green eyeshadow look lately. That's really pretty. Let's try that. Those shimmers are really nice. This, and let's do this one. If it'll focus. Ooh, that one's pretty. So that's how those look. The mattes don't swatch quite as good as the shimmers. Let me see if I can turn on my flash here. But ooh, they are definitely pretty and glowy. So I'll give this one, the shimmers are really pretty. Some of the mattes are questionable. But I mean, it's a decent palette. I'll give it like a 6 or 7. This one is the Italian Spritz. This is my newest palette. I actually really like this palette. I feel like the color story is a little better than some of their other ones because I felt like they were making the same palette for the longest time. This does slightly give me Sweet Peach vibes, but the shimmers are really pretty. And this is definitely spring, so I've been playing with this one a lot. I try to give some of my other ones some love too, but you know, I really like this one. I haven't played a lot with the blue and purple though. So let's see. There's that one. That's pretty. That's pretty. Let me turn on my flash here. See, the shimmers are really pretty. I think that pink one is a ever so slight shimmer. Like it's a satin, I think, because see, it's not completely matte. But I do like those colors. The two glitters are more of like a eyeshadow topper than an actual shadow, but they're still so pretty. This one, I'd give a 9 out of 10 for right now. Once I play with it some more, it might go up or down, we'll see, but I'm giving this one about a 9. This one is the Nude Prism palette by Lunar Beauty. This is definitely in one of my favorite of all time eyeshadow palettes. I got this one from a BoxyCharm actually, but it has like literally almost every color you could need to do like a neutral look or like an everyday look, and the shimmers are just so pretty. Oh, and they're so soft. I think they're like maybe a slightly creamy, just because they're so soft. I feel like they're maybe oil based or something, but these ones are super gorgeous. Let's see if we have space here. Ooh, that one's so pretty. Ooh, that one's really pretty too. Gosh, I love those ones. Oh, those are so gorgeous. Ah. Let me see if I can try out a matte, if my finger's not too glittery. Let's try one of these. Let's see, pomegranate. I'm just gonna use this. Yeah, and the mattes also swatch really good. This is definitely one of my top 5 favorites of all time. I really like this palette. This is one of those palettes that if I somehow broke it or got it destroyed somehow, I would probably definitely repurchase this one. This one is another Holy Grail, Mercury Retrograde. Definitely in my top 5. If I lost, I would rebuy. I freaking love this palette because there is some soft shades and some neutrals, so you could either go every day with it or like do something really pretty and glittery. You have this to smoke it out if you want to. Most of these colors are gorgeous. I really like Nebula. Let's see, let's do some of these. So there's that. Oh, pretty. Ooh, this one's so pretty. And this one, that's a shimmer. Let's see if I can find a matte. I'll do the teal. I really like the teal. Nice. So that's the Huda Beauty Mercury. That's a tongue twister. That's the Mercury Retrograde palette. Definitely one of my faves. This is one of my 10 out of 10s. This one and Lunar Beauty. I love these two. These are definitely in my top 5. And this is another Too Faced palette. This is the Sweet Peach palette. There's some peaches, some greens, some dark shades. This is another one that I really like from them. Oh, these pinks over here are so pretty. Let's see if I can. Green. I really like greens. So that's what those look like. Those are super duper pretty. I like how this one has like that little bit of glitter in it. Let's see. That's the regular orange. Ooh, that one's pretty. I'm gonna have to bust these back out. Those are really, really pretty. I love those. And it smells like peaches. Oh, I don't know why, but I love scented palettes. I know some people aren't into it, but I really, really like scented palettes. This is a Beauty Bakery palette that I got for like $3 at Marshall's, I want to say it was. And I really like that blue shade. The shimmers in here are really pretty. Let's see if I can get one of these mattes. It feels really smooth and soft and buttery. I do really like that. They're really pretty. I feel like most of my palettes, I don't know if I've just gotten really lucky or what, but oh, and this one. But these are really pretty too. I like the shades in here. The only thing is if I was using only this palette to do my makeup, I may or may not have some issues because you can really either just go yellow or like, yeah, purple or neutral. Like the blue, I don't know where that would even go. I guess you could use this brown as a transition shade and just sweep that all over the lid and have like, and put an eyeliner and call it pretty blue teal, but I like this palette, but I wish it was a little bigger or had some more colors, but I mean, that's not necessarily their fault, I guess. So I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I still really like it though. I'm not saying I hate it. I feel like it's not as high as some of my other ones. This palette here, it's one of those e.l.f. bite size. I actually really like this. It's an I Love You a Latte. These are really good mattes. And they make like a really good everyday look if you just, you know, want to take one little thing with you somewhere, maybe stuff this in your purse. I do like this a lot. And this is the teddy bear palette. I love this one so much. It smells like graham crackers, which is awesome. I like that really light one with the glitteries. The peach. I'm noticing a theme of peach. Either I really like peach or that's just what I happen to go for. I'm just gonna do this one, this peach. Let's see if we can do this white one. This white one's really pretty. Or not white, it's more of like a cream colored with like some glitter. Did I have something on that finger? I don't know. Maybe I did. Oh, that was that cream one. You can barely see it. That one is definitely very light. You have to go over that one a couple times. The glitter is really pretty. The matte's really pretty too. I'd give this one probably a 7.5 or an 8. I might be slightly biased because I really like Too Faced and I like the teddy bear. And I got this one in Italy. Well, he got it for me in Italy because teddy bear is just a thing. It's an inside joke. But anyway, so this, I like this one a lot. And it smells really good. So I keep this one usually at the top of my drawer just so that I can always use this one. Because it's pretty neutral. You can use this one every day too. This is another Too Faced palette. I do have a lot of Too Faced palettes, apparently. This is the Natural Nudes. It also smells really good. I don't know what the scent is supposed to be. It smells like a vanilla or something to me. But this is a really good palette. The mattes, it's all matte. They all blend out really, really well. I never have any problems with them. Wow, look at that one. That one that's such a nice swatch. Ooh, and that's the nice one. Let's see. And the lighter ones. I like that dark one. Yeah, if I'm going for an all matte look, this is the one I always go to. This one is my top for my matte palettes. And it smells good, which is a bonus. So I'll give this one 8 or 9 out of 10. This is the Violet Voss Violet Sunset palette. I'm trying to open it. There we go. This one's pretty. I got this one in a boxy charm. Those are really soft and smooth. I feel like all of my palettes are nice. I mean, I did do a recent declutter. Oh, those are so pretty. So maybe that's why I feel like all of my palettes are just the good ones that are left. Because I was hoping there was some that was mediocre, so I could be like, this one's whatever, but they all have been so smooth so far. So this one, I'd give a 7.5 at least. I really like this one. I didn't personally purchase this. It came in a boxy charm, so I was happy to have this one. I'm glad I got to try this. This is the Ace Beauty Falling For You palette. This one is so pretty, or at least the glitters are. There's the color apple. Let's see, cherry pie, cider. I feel like I'm swatching all the glitters, but here, let me do a matte. Let's try the purple, because that one's always, purple's kind of a hard color to do, I know. So, whoop. Oh, that's a nice swatch. Ooh. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Ah! Yeah, these ones are really pretty. I love this palette. I don't know why I don't use it more. See, I'm gonna have to, this is why I'm doing this, so I can go back in and see which palettes that I really like. That's so pretty. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. And also, there's a color in here called Autumn. I know, I'm such a dork. This is another Violet Voss palette. It's called Sun Kissed Summer. This one is also super duper duper pretty. I'm not going to do arm swatches on these though, because I'm running out of time and I don't want this video to be 97 years, but that is their normal formula. I like their formula. This is a nice formula. So this one I also give, I like the autumn one a little bit better. So I'm going to give this one like a 7.5, maybe an 8, but the glitters are really, really pretty. Definitely for summer, I'm going to pull this out. Here is a palette that I do think is just okay. There are some pretty shades in here, but they, like this one I think is more of like a loose glitter. I mean, that feels really good though too. Oh my gosh, look at that. See, you know, this is actually a really good formula. I've not gotten a ton of Revolution Beauty, but their colors are pretty. Let's see if I can get this pink in here. That's super pretty if you're looking for a pink. If I can, my thumb doesn't bend that way, but I like this one a lot. What is this one called? Forever Flawless Affinity. I think this was only like $10 or maybe $12. I got it at Ulta, I want to say. I do really like this one. I thought I was going to say it was just okay because I haven't used it in a while, but maybe I just got distracted by my other palettes. Okay, I lied. So that glitter one, the very first one I did, see that little kind of piece of this glitter? That's all that's stuck down. So you either are going to need to use a glitter glue or something for that one. But I still do like that palette. I mean, I did give the palette like a 7, 6 maybe. Now this palette I got in a takeover box, like a takeover premium box that BoxyCharm did one time, like maybe 2 years ago now, or like a year and a half at least. I mostly use this one for the mirror because it has a ginormous mirror. But there are some pretty colors in here too. Like that teal is gorgeous. That gold with glitter in it's pretty. I like the purples and the other teal. I mean, these are pretty colors. I mean, if I need something colorful, I do go for this. But I don't wear color a ton, which maybe I should start. So I give this one a 9 out of 10, mostly because I do use this one a ton, even if it's just for the mirror, because I really just like the size of this one. It's a nice thick tin packaging too, and the colors are good when you use them. This one is the London Spice palette, the Ciate London Spice palette. This one's really pretty. I got this one in a BoxyCharm too. It's not a bad palette. I don't know why I just don't reach for it very often, but it is very good for fall, and the colors are smooth. This is the Wander Beauty Sweet Escape palette. I love this palette too, actually. If my storage runs out, I will have to make a part 2, but that is a really pretty color. I really like the glitters and shimmers in here. They're all really pretty. And the mattes are pretty good too. As I feel that and it's not coming up for some reason. I think it's because of my angle. Let's see. Can you see it? I don't know. It's hard to tell. But yeah, this one's pretty good. I give this one... Let's try this one. Let's see if I can make a knuckle swatch. That one's a really pretty green. I like that one a lot. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. This is the Cherry Coke-esque Morphe. I do like this one. It's kind of gimmicky. I was hoping it would smell like Cherry Coke. It does not. But the colors are pretty in here if you're into like berry pinks and stuff like that. Although there is this neutral side over here that you could do everyday stuff with. Let's see. The formula on this isn't like the best in my collection. That is a really pretty color, but I mean, they feel pretty smooth. I mean, I don't have a lot of complaints about it. It's just, you know, maybe just not the best, I guess. But I do still like it, and I will pull it back out and play with it. Although those two colors look almost identical. I'm like almost questioning if I put my hand in the same color. But those neutrals are pretty. I'm gonna Let's see. Wipe that off. Pretty. Although the case is really nice. It's a magnetic case. It's one of those magnetic tin cases, so you don't have to worry about it busting open. That's really cool. I do like that. And it's kind of fun just to display if you're a Cherry Coke person. This is Natasha Denona Jubilee. This one I feel like it's very, very spring. I do like this one. Oh, dang it. I just put my finger in it. Oh well. But let's see if I can pack that back in there. But very pretty if you're into these types of colors. Oh, that's really pretty. I need to do a teal look. That dark color is so pretty because it's not quite a black. It's almost like a deep purple. Ignore all the dog hair under my fingernail. I don't know how that got there. I really like that color. I'm gonna have to play with this some more. Yeah, so this is Natasha Denona Jubilee. If you like any of these palettes and you want to see more, just let me know in the comments. Because I kind of want to play with all of them now that I have them all out. Kind of replay with them. See, you know, because I feel like makeup styles change over time. And, you know, I'm doing things a little different now. So maybe I'll find better looks with them now going back. So this one, Beauty Bakery, Breakfast in Bed. I like Beauty Bakery. I'm trying to decide if it's because I like all that cooking themed stuff because I am a cook. Oh, that's really smooth though. And their eyeshadows are actually really smooth and buttery. Like when you go over them with your finger, it feels like velvet. It does feel really good. Although this one is a very dark palette, I'm noticing now that I'm looking at it. It's called Breakfast in Bed, but I feel like this is more like a nighttime kind of fall palette. All the cool tones. Breakfast in Bed. I do like this one. I mean, if I'm going for a dark look like this, I'd probably give it like a 8. I wish they had maybe a couple more mattes, but I like it. This is the Tresluce Midnight Decios, like you could say. I do like this palette a lot. I seriously think it's almost trying to dupe the Lunar Beauty palette, except for these chunky glitters. But what I do really like about this is, look at this. The mirror comes off, which is so cool. That's a really cool thing. I do like that. This, if you look, these glitters though, they're like chunky and flaky. Although once you blend them out, they look really pretty, but it just, I don't know, that texture kind of weirds me out slightly, but it is really pretty. Their mattes are super smooth. This is just a really good palette. This is definitely in my top palettes that I like too. But it's very close to Lunar Beauty, except for it has more like yellow kind of tones. Actually, with all that yellow, you could probably use it for spring. This here is an Ofra palette. It's technically a full face palette, but I really like this. This is called Good to Go. I actually reach for this a lot because it has everything. Like sometimes you just don't feel like grabbing out 20 palettes. This is nice because it has your blush, has your highlight, your bronzer, enough eyeshadows to do some stuff. And their highlighters are so pretty. Oh, I love their highlighters. And the blush, this is actually a really good everyday blush. I like this blush a lot. It's kind of like a peachy, like a peach. Almost reminds me of NARS Orgasm slightly, with a little less glitter, which is one of my favorite blushes. So I reach for this a lot. And those are the highlights swatched. I barely dabbed them and they're still pretty nice. I would blend out just a slight smidge. But yeah, this is definitely one I reach for a lot. This is another Ace Beaute palette. I want to say I have a few Ace beauty palettes. I really like their eyeshadow primer. That's my most used one probably, if I don't use like a concealer. These are so pretty. Green. It just sucks. I love all these palettes. I'm going through all my palettes and I'm like, I love them all. I don't have anything bad to say about any of them. It's just hard because I only have one face and I can't use them all in one day. I really want to though. So this one is definitely in my face and it has a mirror. I also got this one on BoxyCharm. I've gotten a lot of these from BoxyCharm. This one I also got from BoxyCharm. The Proof is in the Pudding palette. I do like this. This is also Beauty Bakery. The formula is their normal, usual, soft, buttery formula. I do really like this one. It's nice, neutral, like everyday palette. I really like the artwork on this one. It's making me hungry. This is the Jaclyn Hill Strawberry Fields palette. I got this one at, I think, Ross? No, TJ Maxx. Yeah, TJ Maxx. I got this one. It was only like 12 bucks at TJ Maxx. I actually really like this palette. I've used it a few times. It's one of my newer ones though, so I've only used it a few times. But it's really, really pretty. And I didn't think I would like it that much. I didn't think I was into like red eyeshadow. But this one is so pretty. And if you put it over a pink, it makes it not quite so red, but I like it. And it has this white that you can, mix if you're trying to lighten stuff up. So I like this one a lot. So right there, I mixed the red and the white together, and now it's more of a pink. So not the Bless Ben job, but you get the idea. You can just blend together and make other colors if you want to lighten it up. If it feels too dark, add white, and then it's now a pastel. Also, I love the strawberry on here. This is such a cute palette. Like, this is one that you could put on your wall just for like cutesiness. And this is one I got from BoxyCharm a long time ago. It's the Glow and Go kit. It has a big mirror, and it basically has a little mini full face in here. There's this blush on here. You can't tell, but it's like a really glowy blush. It's kind of pink. There's the bronzer, highlighter. There's even eyebrow area, and then some light colors and shimmers for the eyes. This is kind of nice if you just want to take one palette to get everything done, say if you're traveling. I like this one. This one's a good one. I just don't reach for it a lot. I don't know why. Maybe I'll start doing that more. This is a Persona palette, Identity 2. I like this one. I mean, it's mostly shimmers. I've had it for a long time, and they're still, wow, those are pretty. Oh my goodness. I love those. Oh, I love glitter. I feel like I'm like a squirrel. Just if you show me glitter, I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Glitter makes me happy, apparently. So this is actually a nice palette. I'm not sure why I don't reach for this more too. Maybe it's just because it's kind of loud. That's probably why. And those are the swatches. So pretty. This is this Tarte palette that I got from BoxyCharm. It was like a takeover box that they did for premium a few months back. This is the Sunrise palette. I like this one. It's a nice everyday palette. Let's see what they look like. Those are pretty. They seemed nice and buttery. Now that I'm going through all of my palettes, I really just want to go through and do like a whole new look with all of them, because I'm realizing I really like all of the palettes that I have. So I like this one. It's the Sunrise. It's nice for every day. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's definitely a palette that I like. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. This one, also a BoxyCharm palette. It's called Desk to Dance. I actually like this one a lot. It has a lot of different colors. You could definitely do a lot of looks with this. This green, I have been drawn to greens lately. I really want to do a green look soon. It's weird because it was originally speckled, but once you mix it around, it's kind of like a goldeny green kind of color. There's a few mattes, but this is mostly shimmers. So I feel like you would need to have like a secondary palette to like maybe do your transition shades and all that with. Unless you're okay with like a semi-shimmer to darken things up. I mean, there's a place. These two are pretty. The weirdest thing about these, though, is see that one? That was the green, and it looks brownish on my hand, but it was supposed to be green. See how it turns brown as you mix it around? Very interesting. But if you like shimmers, you are definitely gonna like this palette. Super pretty. And that was Iconic London, Desk to Dance. Natasha Denona Cupid. I like this palette. When I heard Cupid, for some reason I was thinking it was going to be more like pinky. It's kind of like, it looks more brownish with like, this is kind of like a burgundy-ish situation, but it's kind of a brown too. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see what this one looks like. These are really smooth though. I was definitely happy to get this one from BoxyCharm. I like their formula. And ooh, that's a pretty one. I like that one. I like that. I'm gonna have to try and use this soon. This is an Aether Beauty palette that I got from BoxyCharm. This one does not have a mirror. I swear, this is a Desert Sunset. The colors don't exactly look like what's on the back, but it is pretty. I really like this color here. That's a pretty color. That's pretty too. Ooh, that one's like a lime green. I like these. I'm gonna have to do it. Something with this soon, because with those pinks I feel like you could definitely do something springy with it. Try and do like a pink and green situation. That would be really pretty. And then you have these colors here to darken it up, the mattes. I feel like this is a really good well-rounded palette. It has all the colors you need to make nice stuff. There's this nice white for like inner corner, highlight, whatever. There's these pretty shimmers, the pink, the mattes to darken it up. I feel like this is a really good palette. I'd give this palette like a 9. I love this one. And their formula is really good. And they're so pretty. This, I got at TJ Maxx. This is the Mimosa palette. I remember for a while they were doing really good with their little brunch collection. They had the avocado toast one and this one. This one is so pretty. This is very spring. I didn't even think about this one. See, now that I'm going through all of these palettes, I'm like, huh. I'm like, look at that. Oh, and these are so smooth. For like a cheaper palette or like drugstore, these are really smooth and nice. Let's see if I can pick up some of these shimmers here. I'm just getting covered and look at those. Oh my gosh, those are so pretty. Oh, I love it. If it'll show that. Nice. And that's just the one drag down. That swatch is really nice. I'm running out of space here. But this is another one that I really like too. And what's funny is I kept seeing it and it took me forever to finally go ahead and get it because I'm like, I have... Oh, that pink one with a little bit of glitter is very pretty. I'm going to use this one soon. Although... if you look at it, it's kind of giving me Strawberry Fields dupe, isn't it? Huh. But yeah, so this is definitely a really nice one. I think I was like $5 or something. This was so cheap and it's such a good palette. So for all those reasons, I'm gonna have to give this like a 9.5, just because It's just as good of a formula as anything else that I have, and it was only $5. And this little palette here, I got in an Ipsy. It's by Bella Pierre. It's the 1999 eyeshadow palette. And it definitely is giving 1999, early 2000s vibes. It's a nice palette. I'm not sure why I haven't messed with it a lot, but the thing is purple isn't really my color for eyeshadow. It's rare that I go into a purple, but it is very pretty if you like purples. I've always liked Bella Pierre Cosmetics though too. I use them. I have something from them too that's like 20 years old, back when they were doing the mineral foundations. Oh my gosh. This is the Dominique Cosmetics The Moment palette. I really like this palette. You could go, I did a neutral halo eye, like a bronzy one. That was really pretty. The blue is so bright though. It is pretty though. I love this color. I don't know if I look great in blue, but I do really like it. I think it's pretty. Let's see this. I like this shimmery black for like a black smoky eye. Oh, so pretty. This one has a lot of really nice colors, and I like the formula. So I'm definitely keeping this one around for a while. And it has the little saying on the mirror, letting go is the key to happiness. Very cute. And that's what those look like. So pretty. And then this is the Jouer Rose Gold palette. This one's also really pretty. It was only, I got this one for only like $6 at Ross. And I do like the formula. Ooh, that's smooth. Those are really pretty. Oh, this one has a ever so slight bit of glitters in it. Let's see what this gold looks like. Ooh, that's really pretty too. And the white, that's kind of nice to tone down things. Or I'm trying to see if that has a glitter. That does have a little bit of glitter in it, doesn't it? For some reason, I'm not seeing the glitter. Actually, now I do. And the swatch, let's look at the swatch. Ooh. Have our lovely arm model here. Yeah, those are pretty. I like those. There's like a whole little palette situation going. I like this dark one too. I feel like you could do a lot of looks with this. Just because of these two, you could change the direction of it, make it look more berry or goldeny. I think it was a good buy, $6. I really just wanted to try their formula because I've never tried their formula before, and they're kind of expensive. And so when I seen it at Ross, I was like, heck yes. And this is the Ofra Symphony palette, if I can get it open with one hand. This one's really pretty too. I like Ofra's formula a lot. They have my favorite highlighters. And I'm gonna guess that this is a highlighter that just doubles as like a shimmery eyeshadow as well. Very pretty. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. And let's see if you blend it out a little bit. Then yeah, then it's just a bit of a glow. I feel like that one's really strong though, so maybe it is an eyeshadow. You could totally wear it for a highlighter though. It's not, it doesn't really have chunky glitter. I think that's what I like about theirs, is it's not like chunky glitter, but it still is like shimmery and pretty. This one I feel like is more of like a fall palette. See the purple burgundy situation? Either that or this warm. You could just do those three and do something, or you could do those three. So a couple looks in this palette. I got this in BoxyCharm too. I like it. I don't mind it. Would I have ran out to buy it myself? Probably not. But because I got it in BoxyCharm, I am not mad at it. And this is the James Charles palette. I think I got this at TJ Maxx as well. I've actually used this kind of a lot. It's really good for like cosplay makeup and things like that. Like you can really do almost every single thing with this palette because it has every color known to man. Plus shimmers. And then you can kind of mix and match. Like I had to mix, I was the Statue of Liberty, and so I took this green and the blue and the light one and kind of mixed it together. I made like that, you know, that lightish greenish bluish color that Miss Lady Liberty is. Yeah, I did that with this. And I used it to do unicorn makeup too. So this I wouldn't say is like an everyday makeup palette, but if you're trying to do something that's like kind of loud and out there, you can definitely get it done with this palette. Although, of course, Morphe's closed now, and I think he's mildly canceled. I don't know. But I still like this palette, you know, so I don't know. I'm not really up to date on the drama, but I do like this one. And this is not exactly an eyeshadow palette, but it has eyeshadows in it. So I'm going to make this as the last thing in there. I actually kind of like this palette too. It's one of their full face palettes. This is the Boho palette. I got this, I didn't get it in a Boxy Charm, but I got it through the drop shop. It was like on a really good deal, like 16 bucks or something crazy. And I was wanting Rodeo Drive for the longest time. And so I got it mostly for this color because this color by itself is like 30 bucks. And since this whole thing was like 16, I was like, heck yes. So I got this one, that one, and then everything else is kind of just a bonus. But I have used this, as you can see, kind of slowly but surely digging into the bronzer. I haven't used this though. I think this is supposed to be some sort of, I don't know. I would say it was supposed to be like an under eye powder, but it has shimmer in it. So I have no idea what this is. If anyone knows, please let me know. So it says it's a banana powder. So I guess maybe it is for under your eyes. But I usually use this for the highlights. This one and that other Ofra palette. And this one as well. I know it's not eyeshadow, but it's the last thing. This is their, this was their midi palette, I think. Yeah, the face palette in light. Has a bronzer, a highlight. So you can like sculpt and everything. I like it. Contour, bronzer, highlight is what it's supposed to be. Anyway, so these are all of my palettes. Let me know what you think. And which ones are your favorites out of the one that I have. And if you want to see some looks with any of these. And I'm going to continue this journey by doing all my blushes and all of my foundations and all of my other stuff. This one I feel like was going to be the longest version because there's just so many eyeshadow palettes. Everything else is kind of a more reasonable amount of makeup. So I will see you all in my next video. All right, bye.